This camera angle ain't good. I wonder if this one better. Nope, that's just of my chest. Nah. How does that look? Better. Bit better. What do we think? Is this camera angle better? I feel like it shows too much of up here. Right, let's try this. This is very hard to balance my camera on that TV. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that looks good. Let me just hide this bag of wires. Bag of wires in there. Okay, here we go. Do I like the camera angle? A bit. We'll give it a go. Anyway. Ferrari. Inspection failed. This is going to be harder to keep on top of. Let's get some scouting going. Who would I like? I like Lando Norris. Let's just have him scouted permanently, just in the event I want to do that. And who could I see at Ferrari? Not really. Not really anyone. Double podium is on today. Double podium. I'm gonna need Perez to get taken out or something. Ain't no way. Next Polo. He's the. Is he IndyCar? Because they are over 18. Oh, until they're over 18. Wait, I scouted Behrman. Does he have the same thing? I rate Jack Doohan, you know. I do rate him. Behrman cannot race in F1 either. Arthur Leclerc has to be scouted. Wait, Arthur Leclerc's my age? That makes me feel better about myself. What's taking you so long, Arthur? Hello there. Anyway, we've got all our drivers scouted. Upgrades underway. don't really need suspension. Anyway. Do whatever you want. Massive change to the training of the pit crew. Let's just go. Let's not have a Saudi Arabia today. Let's not. That was... You know what? At least they didn't DNF, you know. If they'd have DNF'd, that would have been tapped. Right, we've got a new front wing. Let us manufacture. Why are we out of manufacturing capacity? Hello? What are we manufacturing? A rear wing and underfloor. Okay, let's do that and stop. Okay, so we should have 2 rear wing, at least. No? Manufacture. This is confusing. Just want to manufacture my front wing. How long is this gonna take? First part. When's the race? 21 days. Ah, we got it. And design center improvement. What is this? What are the new big features in the game? What are the new big features? Well, for drivers, let's just go into it. For drivers, you see all these points here. You used to be able to, like, you would get a point and you could select where you want to put it. Whereas in this game, it's more realistic where you have them in a specific training regime, which I have him on wet track, which develops these specific stats to improve, which is kind of more realistic because you couldn't just like pick and choose where a driver improves. You'd want them training in a specific area, so that makes more sense. What else is there? There's Laurent Mekies, who has been fired from Ferrari recently. That's big. That's a big improvement. What else is there? The kind of bottom 4 column or bottom 4 columns are all the same. Scouting, they've added sporting directors, I think, and then everything else is the same. Pit crew. Your pit crew now can have a training regime, although I don't know what their training regime is. I just put it unbalanced because what can they get better at? Every part of the pit stop, and we've also got Geo, most importantly. But relatively in the menu screen, that's all the same. There's also these things that have popped up that are like short-term things. I'm gonna say yes to this. It's only 1 million, it seems like an improvement. And apologise if I'm a bit like stuffy. Oh, race summary completed. I've just come back off an illness. If anyone was here last time I was streaming, I said I was getting ill and then I got violently ill and I was in bed the whole of the next day. And I'm now recovering. I think I'm back. What do you think is a pointless upgrade? Well, if you look at your car, it's usually suspension, whereas in real life I think suspension is probably the most important. Because in real life I think Adrian Newey got the most benefit out of upgrading the suspension in the Red Bull, but in the game, suspension gets you nothing. Or chassis, unless they've changed it this game. So far I've not noticed any difference. And once I get my facilities upgraded to the fullest, I can fully like tell. It's because I've been playing the game for so long, or well, I was playing last game for so long with upgraded facilities that I don't remember what it's like to have like facilities this bad. Airflow, all of that sounds bad. Let's go for cooling. Something I've noticed, last game cooling didn't matter at all. Like, at all. Like, this game I've noticed it as well, you never really overheat your tires. No matter how hard you're pushing, which is kind of stupid. Because it shows you, like, your tires could be go up to 127 degrees or something. And your driver should, like, spin immediately. But because the tire temps are too high and there's no grip, but they just don't have that added. Yeah, I don't think any of they've gone for, what have they gone for? Cooling? They went for airflow, pricks. Oh yeah, I meant, well, CFD upgraded. I have 10 million in the bank. Let's see what I can do with that. CFD 12 million. Design center. What does the design center do again? Engineer capacity doesn't really do much. Factory. Yeah. We're gonna go straight to... Here's a cheat code, by the way. If you've unbelievable drivers, even if you have the worst car on the grid, you're still gonna get such good results. So, race simulator immediately to max. And then your drivers will carry you. If you have the best drivers on the grid, but you have a car that, like, literally on the data says like 19th best car in whatever, you're like, I was winning championships and I was getting graphics saying 19th best here, 19th best here, 16th best here, and I was still winning the championship by like 200 points. Like, the drivers really are your main focus. And the fact we've Sainz and Leclerc means I wouldn't really want to change that. Now, I don't actually have a high bar for this season, so I'm going to actually just research. I hope they fixed the research page. And something I like to do is, if you cycle through, put all of your allotment on one particular area. So this is all underfloor. You can see what actual improvement it does, and it helps you like gauge how effective they are. So, for example, that was research all on underfloor, and then if you have research all on chassis, well, me, kind of since birth, because I was a Michael Schumacher fan, and then whenever he left, I was like, this sucks. And then I only came back like COVID times. But as you can see, underfloor is better than improving chassis on research. Does more areas. Oops. Front wing does a decent amount of areas, but doesn't do anything for your top speed. rear wing should improve top speed. Which it does, but if you look, it's improving my top speed by such a little amount. You know what I'm gonna test, so that you don't have to, is I don't think you should be designing any parts really early on into your save until your facilities upgrade, because you won't even really see the benefits of it. So I think I'm just gonna like put all of my research into underfloor. And that's it. And then we go... put all your engineers on it. Normally I would be designing parts through the year, but because they have such a little impact, because my facilities are so bad, is there any point? Because it's so marginal. Whereas when my facilities are a lot better, then it'll be a massive improvement, so then I would be designing loads of parts. But I will say, I have loads of parts waiting here. For swap out. New parts for have I not done any side pod upgrades yet? Looks like we're not getting any side pod upgrades. And another little cheat I do, if you know your car is going to finish in like Q3 qualifying, you put your qualifying streak on 5 in a row, and both your drivers to finish inside Q3 in qualifying, and you don't really want to aim too high, because this is just like betting on your drivers getting into Q3. And you want to go for safe bets with these, because you want to ensure you get the money in, rather than being like, oh, I'm going to bet we get to 1-2 every week, because it's not going to work that way. And then you're just going to end up losing money, and you're not going to get the bonuses at the end. And I do the same for finish position, because it could be a crash, and you have to come back to fight your way back into the points. And you still keep your bonus, the fact you've had a bad race, essentially. But anyway, we're now loading into Baku.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. Well, it's not every weekend that Formula One arrives at a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but arrive here we have. Drivers will race around the historic streets of Baku, which includes the race calendar's tightest corner, beneath a medieval fortress wall. Baku City Circuits challenges drivers like few other tracks. The tight section through the old city demands precision. The main straight, pure aggressive acceleration. And every corner is a challenge for tyres.
This time, teams have 2 races to contend with, as a sprint race will decide the starting order for the weekend's Grand Prix.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One.
Let's skip this. Oh, I've also been dealing with a high temperature, so literally keep overheating. Another cheat that isn't really a cheat is skip practice every time. Why does it not let me skip to qualifying? What? If you want to do practice, you can, but for me it is a waste of time. Because do people see practice as that big of a difference? Is this a sprint weekend? Oh, this is a sprint weekend. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. And I forgot to change the car parts as well. Oh. Jingle bells. Right. Didn't realize this was a sprint. I don't think they had sprints on last game, so this is a big feature add, is having sprint races. Wow. This is new. And blah 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 blah. All we want to watch for here is whether our lap gets blocked in Q1. So you want to see Russell come out of the pits. Albon! Albon, get out of the way, get out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Okay. I think that was a clean enough lap. I'm gonna check on the map here where Russell is. Russell's not gonna block our lap. So we can skip on to the end here. And
stay negative.
Sainz's lap isn't great, but I think we should be safe. The deltas in this game are like way too unrealistic. Because I'll finish Q1 here and there'll be cars that are over 2 seconds off. Which in real life that actually isn't the case. The field is actually relatively close this year. Where you don't really see cars that are like 2 seconds plus off anymore. That was definitely the case in like 5 years ago in F1, where you would always see two seconds, but the cars are like within a second or a second above, unless it's weather conditions like Belgium yesterday, or was it the day before, where Max fucking pulled by 8/10. But as you're saying there, fly, get away. I skipped Q1, was completely safe, because I knew it would be. So if you know your car is a Q3 car, you don't need to waste tyres. So you want to put your U set on for Q2. And go out again. And what you're hoping for is a clean run, but Q2 is a bit more suspect because you could still get knocked out. Gotta keep an eye on Russell here. Russell's not blocked the lap, so we've got a clean lap for both our drivers again. And for this one you want to keep an eye kind of on how good everyone else does around you. I think I'm gonna stay with yeah, I don't think they'll improve that much. So I'll have basically got through the first 2 qualifying sessions using the one used tyre. So then I'll have so many softs in the race. And as it is a sprint weekend, which I think it is, then let's skip to the end here, do the drivers jump up. See, there's just such a big gap, you know. There's no real risk at the start here. With Ferrari, that is. But as you can see, we have 5 softs, which we're not all going to use in the race. And so does Sainz. So what we're going to do actually is, for Q3 to have the best runs, just put them on the 100% like new softs, and then for their second stint, new softs again. So that's all good there. Sainz goes out. And you want Leclerc going out relatively quickly behind Sainz so that Leclerc gets a tow from him. And I swap around all my drivers each race. I just can't remember which the last one was. So Leclerc's probably a bit too close, but we'll see how close he gets. Why are they slowing down on the main straight before they start their lap?
All clear in front. Can go.
This is not. I seen them do this in Bahrain as well. What sense does that make? That's something they need to fix 100%. Is they're exiting onto straight, want to carry as much speed as possible, but in this they slow down. I bet you I can get pole. Right, let's just simulate this. I bet I can get pole here if it works correctly, because everyone on their outlap is going to be stopped.
Currently P2. Good luck.
So what we're going to do is put on fresh offs. And we're actually going to go out a bit late in order to time this correctly. So after everyone is gone, who's all yet to go? Is it Red Bull Garage we're going to want to be on board with? Max Verstappen. So let's go out a bit later on. Okay.
And we need a good warm-up on the brakes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go full throttle out of the final corner, and if this game makes sense with its glitch, then I will have pole easily. But if I don't have pole, then it doesn't make sense. Because if we go on board with Verstappen, we'll see him do this. We'll just keep an eye on us on the map. But we'll see Verstappen out of this corner needs to be flooring it. Which he isn't really doing. Now he seems to be flooring it a bit. Now he's slowed down completely. And he's weaving. He should be already full throttle down the straight. And he's coasting now. He's losing so much time before he starts his lap. And now he started pushing. He's lost so much time doing that. But as we see now, Sainz is about to round the final corner. So if the game makes sense, I should have pole by like 7/10. So let's look here.
Can you speed it up a bit? Okay.
Because what I'm going to do now is carry my speed out of the final corner onto the straight and not lift off at any point, which should give me easily like 5/10 on Verstappen. Easily. Because if you compare the two, Verstappen was coasting at this point and then like went there, whereas Leclerc's already at top speed, preparing for the braking zone. Like, I think it's Frontier devs desperately need to fix that. I'll see if I can get a clip and send it to them in the Discord, because it's something that desperately needs to be fixed. Because this kind of breaks every qualifying. It just means if you book it out of every final corner, you should be pole, kind of regardless of what car you're in, because the AI is slowing like that. But if I don't get pole, then the visual of what I'm actually seeing doesn't matter. Because what I'm actually seeing, Leclerc and Sainz would be easily going quicker. But we'll see here. Because all the other drivers have lost so much time just on the main straight there. And I will sip my tea. I even have the Ferrari shirt on, like I'm repping the brand. For today. And what I found funny is I was streaming F123 earlier, and the stream was so bad, and the server was so bad, and F123, I was so desynced, and now I'm streaming a game that's not made by EA, and it's working perfectly. Correlation. Science now. Pull. Clear. Pull. What to say? 1.2 seconds for Leclerc. The game is broken. Like, Leclerc's on pole by 1.2 seconds because they've slowed that much on the main straight. Like, that's all it is. And I predicted it. I didn't know for sure it was going to happen. I predict these things. And these things come true. Anyway. Back past practice. Are we going to have another qualifying?
Well, it's a different format this weekend, with a sprint set to spice up.
Right, we're into the sprint. We're not doing... What are we doing? I'm confused. Does the qualifying carry over for both? 17 laps in the softs. It looks like they're gonna last. What happens if I push them flat out? They're gonna last regardless. Okay. I'm just gonna push them flat out to try and get away from the Red Bulls. They're not gonna get away from the Red Bulls, but a man can hope. Hopefully they smash into each other. I'm confused because there's no quali. There's no sprint quali.
Baku City Circuit.
Expect to see plenty making the most of Baku.
Is there supposed to be a sprint quali?
Here in Baku.
I don't know.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, Sainz has got a horrific start. Come on, Sainz. Sainz had such a bad start. Thankfully he's only P3 though. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift off to not ruin the tyres, and we're going to try and stay with Max and Perez as best we can here and just push at the end. Now something broken about Baku last game is on the main straight it was like near impossible to overtake anyone, but on the second straight that it was so easy, and in real life it is not the case. Oh my god, Max is overtaking him there. I mean, it's not unrealistic. Max would genuinely do that. He would probably overtake him there.
What a joke.
Yep, I agree. You should have like not let him overtake you there, Leclerc. That would have helped. Yeah, Max might be gone already, Kizzy. Max might be gone because we need to somehow stay with him until lap 3, and I don't want to waste my tires. / ERS. Like Perez is right, like the Red Bulls are too quick. Perez is right up behind Sainz. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to use a bit of the tires. Oh, DRS is enabled on the second lap. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Then behind we have Sainz.
I forgot about that rule for the sprint. Okay, we've got to defend like your life depends on it, Carlos. Do not let Perez through.
We are ep2 so to
Wave into him or something.
Okay.
Crash into him. Don't let him through. You're letting him through.
keep pushing.
Defend like a lion. He did not defend like a lion.
More Lyco.
I should have pushed more if I knew it was the second lap. I thought it was gonna be the third. Leclerc's just not gonna catch up to Max. Sainz has already fallen off fucking Perez. Come on, Sainz, stay inside DRS, please. DRS helps so much. Why is Leclerc inside DRS now? What the hell happened? Let's go. Enable it. Right, we can back off a little bit.
And we need.
And Sainz is.
Okay.
Although we're gonna keep on his tires pushing,
Lyco.
so that he gets the second dose of DRS. For sure. Okay, okay. I don't know how
Now.
Leclerc pushed on to Verstappen there, but he's going for the move. Then
Doing it
then
like
back
this.
out or something, I don't know. Okay, back on pushing for Carlos.
To push more.
Okay, Charles is doing very well here. I don't even need to push with him. Charles is doing so well. Everyone in the chat clap for Charles. I can back off with Carlos here.
And more Lyco.
I'm gonna harvest with Charles here.
Charge button on.
Yep.
Because I just need to make sure my ERS is at the right, you know, chat at the end of the race when I can overtake, because I'm not going to keep him behind me. I just need to be behind, or I need to be ahead of him at the end, and that is it. Whereas Sainz is going to be a bit more difficult to harvest as much.
Copy that.
Like Hamilton and Russell are battling here, so they're. I feel like they need to fix that as well. As in this column, you can have "Don't fight teammate." They should have AI cars with the same instructions, so the Mercedes should be like catching up to us in this battle, but they're fighting each other for position. So it's kind of unrealistic / realistic, because you could see that, but this is early in the season, so they'd be like prioritizing teamwork at the start. You know what I mean? So it is kind of stupid. What annoys me about this game is they disappear so quickly. He's already 8 tenths out,
And tires are
9 tenths immediately.
Copy.
And it may be realistic. It's just it means I can't be as lazy as I want to be. I want to look at it not very often.
We need you to increase lift and coast.
Yeah.
Let's go to harvest as well.
Charge button on.
And we'll go to harvest on science as well. We will see,
Charge button on.
can they
Okay.
do anything with this? I think Leclerc needs to go on neutral.
Charge button off.
He needs a bit
Okay.
of ERS use because Verstappen is escaping. Needs that extra help to catch up with the DRS. Whereas Sainz is still doing very well behind Perez. I don't understand why they don't like. Why does he not tuck in the slipstream? You know, why does he not? And then moves out at the end. Instead, he's like, I'm gonna keep on this line here and not get the benefit of the slipstream.
This guy, come on.
He's intimidating.
Pushing.
Again with the Leclerc. The middle sector, he's really struggling here. I'm having to push like mad to not let him escape. Sainz is doing well here, staying with him. Can't believe the FIA is letting Perez do all this intimidating on Sainz. Like, it should be illegal. You're not allowed to intimidate. And something I need to be concerned about is Hamilton. Because if Hamilton gets into this battle, it's going to complicate things. But Perez is now fallen massively off Leclerc here. So I need to push on ERS here because I just simply cannot let Hamilton catch up. Because then it complicates things.
We need some lift and coast for tire temps.
How accurate the performance of the cars in relation to the current real life performance? Well, this is back at the start of the season, so you can see the McLarens are doing awful, whereas real life McLaren's class now. So there's no real way they can put that in the game where halfway through the season McLaren's class. You know, can't really predict that happening.
Well done, Carlos. Nice job.
Sainz did probably the worst thing you can do around Baku, and it's be ahead before the detection point into this straight. Because now he's lost to DRS. But he hasn't lost that much time to him.
Keep pushing.
Charge button off.
Copy that.
As long as Charles stays with Verstappen, we should not need to push that hard. As you can see, Perez and Verstappen are pushing harder on their tyres. Last game they did not push on their tyres at all, they were neutral the entire race. So this is good how they actually push on their tyres and save on their tyres. Whereas last game it was just neutral the whole way, you could predict exactly what they were going to do. Whereas this time you actually, you know, I can see who's doing what with their tyres, who's pushing.
And charge button on.
Copy.
Well, this is kind of set at the start of the season, so it's a bit harder to like update it. They could do it if they had more funding, but it's Frontier devs. I don't think they have as much funding, although I don't really know who Frontier devs are, if I'm honest. So I could be dissing Frontier devs by saying they don't have a lot of funding. To be fair to them, they came out with probably the best graphics for any manager game ever. So
And it will be charge button off.
and if you're harvesting and you're the car ahead, you actually want to go neutral and let the other car
We are first.
yeah, the graphics are very good for a manager game. Like I'm not complaining about the graphics. The only thing I would complain about graphically is the lines they take are very odd. Last game it was very odd, where they take really weird, unique lines. I'm actually going to try and let Verstappen through here
Keep it tidy.
Yeah, copy.
before the DRS, if I
Charge
can,
button on. Charge button
because
Copy.
I can. Send it. He didn't send it. And I'll show you why I'm doing that with Sainz, because Sainz is currently ahead of Perez. I've not seen that glitch before, where people drive into the safety car. I have a couple of videos on my TikTok
And charge button on.
where
Charge button
there's been like a
on.
pileup and then a car will just slam into the pileup, even though the pileup was like blatantly obvious. Let's see here. This will be a lot easier once I have affiliate, but I don't think I have it yet. But my TikTok is in the chat. You can have a look at it. There's F1 Manager videos from last game in there. If you want to just scroll through quickly, find F1 Manager vids, and just see what I'm on about. Where there'll be just so many random incidences that are like not realistic. Last game there was a lot of like wall clipping, like they'd exit the pits in Belgium and clip through that wall on the inside. Anytime there was an overtake in Monaco ever, straight through the wall, like any Monaco overtake. So when I get to Monaco I'll have to see, have they upgraded that or is there still clipping through walls? Sainz and Perez are going fucking side by side through the castle. You literally cannot do that. I'm pretty sure you can't fit two cars there. Have fun at work. I'm glad I could be of some entertainment on your break. / before you went to work. Cheers. Thank you for the follow. Is it worth the 45? Well, I paid 55, so is it worth the extra money? Let's see here. I kind of want to move this camera because I'm leaning this way, and I'm about to be out of shot soon if I just keep leaning this way. Let me see if I can move this a little bit. Here we go. No, I need it a bit down.
Copy.
That better? I don't know if that's better. Let me know if that's better. Do you prefer this angle or the other angle? I feel like I don't lean out of shot this way, you know. Also, while I was talking, I have not been paying attention. Thankfully, we've not lost any positions / seconds. But yeah, I can't give a proper review on whether it's worth it or not. I mean, it depends. Do you like manager games? Because last game was very repetitive after a while, and I played it a lot. But repetitive games are kind of my thing. And if repetitive games are not your thing, then manager games aren't your thing. But the thing about repetitive games is you need ways to like spice it up. The last one, Steel for a tenner. I think I bought at full price when it came out, so you did better than me there. Speaking of manager games, I'm playing FM, and my right winger's just done his cruciate. Oh. Cruciate ligament. Out for half a year. Well, if you don't like bugs, and you don't mind waiting, just wait until like
Continue like this.
a month or two after release. Because if I were you, I'd wait until the first sale where they've like cut the price, because usually by then they'll have fixed all the major bugs. You can also follow the F1 Manager Discord and just see the bug reporting to see is there loads of bugs, blah blah blah. Personally, I found one just this episode where qualifying's kind of broken, as in I'm pretty sure I could get pole in a Williams or a Haas simply because cars are just stopped on the straight and then go instead of going out of the final corner. I can't believe my right winger's done his cruise shit. What do we do now, lads? Well, that's a problem for another day. Anyway, we're lap 11. Gaps are still relatively the same. I'm going to keep... Excuse me. Still dying. I'm going to keep... relatively the same here. It seems... Cleggs! Thank you for the raid, Cleggs! Oh, you legend! Oh my god, Cleggs! Oh my god! I don't believe it! Oh my god. Unbelievable. Cleggs, like, right, I was streaming last F1 Manager, like, final days before release, and Cleggs just drops in my chat, and me and Cleggs are now pals. And now he drops in a fucking raid of 170. Yarno raided you, so you show me some love. Oh my god. Cleggs, you godsend. Oh my god. Right. When I was doing last episode, I said I was going to get Tiamat Marduk, who raided me on Thursday there. I was going to get him up there. I got sick, so I'm still yet to do that. Now I'm going to have to get a picture of Cleggs' beautiful face right next to him. Cleggs, I'm going to screenshot your stream and I'm going to have your face up there. I'm going to turn my camera. I'm going to have Cleggs and Tiamat right next to each other in perfect harmony. They're going to be beautiful. But thank you for another raid. Oh my god. I was thinking this stream was doing very well as well. But now there's like 180 people watching. Who needs work? Not me. Cleggs, you've raided me and you've distracted me, and Leclerc's fallen out of DRS. Shit. Spam W Clegg. But also, Jesus, Leclerc's fallen out of DRS. I mean, I was distracted for a very good reason, but no. Come on, Leclerc. Come on, Leclug. Lechugga Leclug. Come on, Leclerc. I have been managing this race perfectly, and then Verstappen just went there as I've been rated by Cleggs. I've got 50 plus followers, Cleggs. I've applied and I don't know when I hear back. Do you know when I hear back?
And we'll need lift off.
Copy.
Science is all over the back of Perez. No one coming with the boats in the middle of the night. What's the research like this time round since last season? Not in 2 cents.
Try everything.
I don't know if I have the average viewers, because I've applied for affiliate, and when I applied it gave me, do you have a following on YouTube and / or Twitch, and then it only gave me the option to click YouTube, and I don't have a following on YouTube, so I'm wondering, can it be rejected so then I can apply again on Twitch? I don't know, it was confusing. Right. You need 50 followers. That was my goal. I was thinking everything else on the list is going to be secondary. 3 laps to go. I actually really don't like the 3 laps to go graphic because it's kind of misleading because I'm pretty sure there's 4. Must you be some support thing you can ask? I have googled it and I went through it for like hours and I couldn't really find it. I think I've applied for affiliate, but I don't think I did it correctly. Is there a way I can check actual lap? So this is 14, 15, 16 is the lap you push on the penultimate lap to get away. That's when you spam your ERS and you make sure you're gone with the DRS and the ERS. So I'll show you. So 3 laps to go means actually 4. So we might actually get our first win here with Ferrari if we play our cards right. Yellow flag.
Hamilton in the barrier.
Hamilton in the barrier.
Possible debris there.
Oh no. Lewis Hamilton. He's spun, he's shunted the wall.
Three laps to go.
Is there a sprint shootout with a sprint? I don't think there is. There wasn't, at least. I've been streaming this and there wasn't. I got affiliate 50 followers, 30 days, average 3 viewers, and stream 8 hours. Yeah, it's the same thing, but it just didn't let me tick Twitch as an option whenever I was Get in there, Lewis. Right. So, what we need to do with this is we need to back off with Carlos.
Slow down.
Yeah, last year's format. They don't have this year's format. So we need Carlos to get overtaken soon, and Leclerc's now going to push on his tyres
So we need to push.
to get close up behind him. And what we're going to do is we're going to overtake aggression low, because we don't want to overtake him, we just want to be as close behind him. You probably only had to tick YouTube Twitch is a given. Oh, I'm hoping that's the case. I don't have a following on YouTube, but it made me tick YouTube. I literally couldn't go past it if I didn't tick YouTube, and it didn't give me any option to pick Twitch. So Science is still okay. 1 second. Okay. So now Leclerc is right up behind Verstappen. Sainz is still defending from Perez.
And 2 laps to go.
Oh, we're on the outside, late braking. Don't! Do not get DRS. Do not get DRS here.
And we need to take care of these tires.
Okay. Leclerc's complicated things with his late braking. I think he might have DRS. Sainz is now here. I accidentally turned the volume on my stream. This is hard to watch both things at once. Okay. Leclerc has DRS. Okay, Leclerc's DRS, I've him pushing, and he'll be pushing the entire rest of the race. He'll have DRS to escape Verstappen here. He is the outside line, so Verstappen can't block him. He'll get to escape with the DRS and DRS, and hopefully he should escape now. Sainz has the same thing, although he got a bit held up by Perez. But we're now going to go to always defend. Always defend.
Currently P3.
But you can see Leclerc now is 7 tenths up the road, 8 tenths. He's out of the DRS. So is Sainz. So is Sainz. Look. And they're just going to be pushing flat out for the rest of the race. Because they've escaped with the DRS. The middle sector, there's no DRS to keep them there. So you can just go. Sainz is closing up to Verstappen. I don't know if they'll get there in time. I'm gonna move these things. I'm overheating with all this jacket and blanket and stuff being next to me. Whoa. But as we can see, Leclerc are any Yarno fans in the chat? I heard there was some beef between him and, well, not between him, but between the fans and Blakely. And I was like, there's nothing really happened here. But can anyone explain to me? I didn't really hear what happened. I just heard there was some beef. Sainz is now closing to Verstappen. 2/10.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Come on, Sainz. Leclerc should have to win the bag here, but Sainz could have P2. Come on, Carlos. Come on. What? 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 What?
Charles Leclerc there, our sprint winner today.
And what a well-deserved P1 finish that was. Absolutely outstanding.
What happened?
Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead
But, like,
back in 2017. Will we see more
was everyone
drama
watching
this
that?
year, I wonder?
What can we expect from that?
Was that a
man
red
right
flag?
there, Charles Leclerc.
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level.
Like, was that a red flag? Because there was a lap to go and Sainz was about to overtake. Oh, let's just do hards to the end. Alright, Cleggs, thank you for the raid. Almighty Cleggs. I'm gonna have so many posters of people raiding. I've Cleggs, Ben Daly, Tiamat Murdoch. That is for those who don't know. See, last game, this would be a medium hard, absolutely. This game, the softs are so much better than last game. I really wouldn't touch the softs, but this game, I don't know. I tell you what though, I'm gonna not touch the softs and just experiment here.
Final checks are being carried out on the grid, and it won't be long until we get underway. A chance to see just what...
It's more important for me to stay with Max because we can't undercut him because him and Clear will have more pace than us. So I can't undercut or overcut him.
Lights out, and away we go.
I need to just be with him the entire time. Sainz with another bad start. Come on, Carlos. Come on, Carlos. He needs to keep Sergio behind because those softs could be good. And we don't want to see. Lovely. We don't want to find out how good. Just check it wasn't a red flag. I think it was a red flag, but unless you can prove me otherwise, like, it seemed like a red flag to me because we were going on to the last lap, so we hadn't even started the last lap. And then the screen just I kind of lost